morning. So I am back to cutting corn today. It is Wednesday, 27th, I think. Does that sound right? We've had 5 or 6 continuous days of rain. This is the only day that it's not going to rain. The wind's blowing pretty good, 15-20 mile an hour. And then it's supposed to rain the next 4 days. And I opened this field up before we had that tropical storm, and some of the corn was kind of laying and the ground soft. So means this is the only day to cut. Plus it's going to rain 3 or 4 days longer. Decided to get what I could cut today. It's running about a point or two higher than what it normally is, or it was before we had all the storm and rain and all that crap. So, means it's the only day to cut. We're cutting. Because I think, like I said, the next 4 days is supposed to be rain. Still got quite a bit of corn to get out. And we have beans that are almost getting there. Not that I'll be able to do anything with them with the rain and stuff, but if I can knock out 5, 6, 7 loads of corn today or more, I'm going to do it. Sun's out, so pretty much the last day that it's going to be out. I just have to, we're storing it all anyway. I just have to take a hit on the extra points, but it is what it is. I'd rather have it in the bin than laying on the ground. You can't get but half of it up there. So, like I said, we've had 4 or 5 days of rain. Top that off, the ground wet. Next thing you know, we get some wind in here, and it'll push it over. Doesn't matter how strong the stalk is. Once that ground gets saturated like it is, you can only do so much. We are back to cutting Dekalb, 115 days. Saw in the, I think, the last video that I posted. Just cutting away. It's running 265, 285, 263, 279. So it's still doing good. It was cutting 21, 22 the other day. Now it's cutting 22, 23 today. So it is what it is. Corn's cutting good, stalks are a little wet, but as you can see, yield's still pretty good. Just a point or two wetter. But, you gotta get it cut. My brother, he just left with the first load, so I know some guy said he wanted to see the header work. Pretty corn. This is the Dekalb 115 day. I'm not really sure what it is, what the number of it is. Boy told you the other day he was riding with me. But it's yielding good. Yielding pretty good still. Pretty happy with it. I won't show you the yield, I'll show you the header work. Going about a mile an hour slower than what I normally do because the stalks are a little tough, or they had 4 or 5 days of rain on them. This is your view pretty much all day. Cutting right here on the highway of 12 and Red House Road. I'll show you what the field's averaging when we get down here to the end of her. Pick the header up, and the field is averaging 231 right now. So pretty good, pretty good, pretty happy. Pretty tall corn too. And like I said, it's yielding good. It's a little bit wetter in this spot, but if we get it out, I'd rather have corn in the bin than laying on the ground. So it's going good. Really good. My buddy, he's cutting way back behind them woods with that case that you saw on a different video. Okay, so we moved. The other corn got a little bit too wet. That was 115 day that was planted late. This is 112 day. And we moved over here. We got, I don't know, 50, 100, like 90 to 100 acres of this stuff left. So it's not doing too bad. I'm up on a sand hill right beside the driveway, but still looking pretty good. Seems like all the corn I planted early does better than the field that I cut is way back there, the 112 day the other week that you saw. But still not doing bad. I'm just not a fan of Dekalb, but it seems like it's holding its overall average on the field right around 250. So pretty happy with that. Alright, so I got the field opened up all the way around. I didn't video because I was painting the butt, backing up and starting and everything. So I got that done. But as you can see, corn looks good, but we had that tropical storm come through. And I don't know if you can see, there's a couple bent over in each row. You'll probably be able to see it up here. Well, you can see it right here. I can see it on the camera, so I know you got to be able to see it. It doesn't look like it's all the way across the field, but in certain spots it didn't hold up very well. It's still yielded really good, but I want to make sure I'm not missing any. So I got my snout down low to pick it up. I just hope that I don't hit a foxhole. But it's still doing good. I feel like I'm missing an ear or two here and there. You never really know, but as you can see, certain parts are bent over. This is that Dekalb 6270, which, like I said, it's doing pretty decent yield wise. It's holding about 240, 245 average so far, but it definitely does not hold up to wind. whatsoever. And we didn't really have bad wind. They were calling for 55-mile-an-hour winds, and I think we only had maybe 20, 25-mile at the most. So I definitely do not like that. Like I said, it is still yielding good, even though I'm picking some up. I mean, the ears are nice, everything's nice about it, looks good. But it doesn't seem like it holds up to wind whatsoever. Now, of course, it is done. Maybe that makes the stalk weaker, I don't know. I know the field back there in the back, the big field that you saw me cut on a different video last week or the week before that. Now, you know, that was before we had any wind, and it was, you know, it was standing straight up. And I think that field averaged 238.8 or 238.4. The combine said 238.8, but the paperwork said 238.4. So, combine's pretty much spot on. You can't get no damn closer than that to all the haters out there. But it's still doing good. I mean, it's, you know, for it being bent over, I guess I'm picking it up. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm picking it up. It's still a little wet, but with it being bent over like this, we're going to go ahead and cut it. We were cutting way over there. So it is averaging 244 right now, and I just got the inroads off. Actually, this is the last inrow I got to do. It's 245 is what it's averaging. I go twice around the whole field, so I consider everything an inrow until I get going good. But I'm happy with it. But like I said, we're going to get it all before that stuff lays on the ground, the wet ground, and sprouts, because it's supposed to rain 4 more days after today. We were cutting the 115 day way over there, and it got to be a little bit too wet. We filled our storage completely, so now the rest of it has to go to Tyson. And normally I would let it get a little bit drier before I take it in there, but with it falling over like this is just how it's got to be. You know, you leave it out here, you start losing bushels, and I don't like to lose bushels. Wish we had built our own storage tanks, and I wouldn't have to worry about it, but in the dryer. But we don't plan for the future when we should be. I want to do it now before I'm too old. I know you see a lot of guys cutting 4, 5, 6, 7 mile an hour. And this thing right here, I have cut up to probably 7 handles. Are pretty good. But I like making sure I get all the bushels. So I go about 3.5, 4 mile an hour. Sometimes slower. about 2 passes and I'll be full. It's not a very big field. Just went to 3/4. About full. I can't make it all the way up, so I'm gonna cut on this side of the field. By the time I get to the truck, buzzer's gonna go off, so I'll have to drive all the way back around. This is why I need a green card. So if anybody out there with J&M or Underfur wants to let me do a working relationship like Larson's and Ryan Brown, and just let us use a green card for free just to advertise it, I would certainly do it. I would talk about that damn thing all day long to make you guys happy. I saw Brian Brown or Brown Farms or whatever the heck you call it. They got a new Underfur delivered. He used one for 2 years. And Underfur sent him a new one. And he said that they had a working relationship with Underfur, where they just supply them. I think Larson Farms does the same thing. They just give them a, there we go, they give them a brand new green card to use, I guess free of charge. Now how many farmers are lucky like that in this world to be able to do that? And I really need a green card. Stopping for this daggone truck owner, I can't get anything done. I did open up my, let me move you over here. I did open my concave up. I had like 2930, opened it up to 32. Seems like I'm not grinding corn up quite as much. Not leaving anything on the cob. Actually, the cobs are coming out a little bit nicer, a little bit fuller. So I was, even when you seen them high bushels on other videos, I guess I was losing some yield. So actually the yield would have been higher than what it was. But I'm happy. Everything seems to be doing good. I appreciate everybody watching, all the subscribers. Seems like I'm getting more and more. Trying to show you stuff. I did get the drone out yesterday and play with it a little bit, but I still can't figure out how to get it to kind of hover and video the combine. So it wasn't but like a $300-400 drone. It wasn't a real expensive one. So I know the $2,000-3,000 ones you can do a little bit better, but I don't have that kind of money to spend on a trailer. Not that I don't want to. It's just that it costs a lot to live in America these days, and pretty much all our money, me and this Eastern Shore farmer, goes to bills. Our electric bill went from $190 to like $370. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, it just like that too. No warning, no nothing. It just jumped way high, and we haven't been doing anything different than we normally do. So I don't know. Gas is high. Food is ridiculous. She's in Ohio, so she told me to go grocery shopping. I spent $340 or something like that, and it felt like I didn't get anything at all. So I don't know. And everything's just getting ridiculous. When we put the crops in, input costs were high, and then now they don't want to pay you but what, $4.85 for corn. And the government all of a sudden said they found like, I don't know, what was it, 3-4 million bushels extra of corn somehow. I don't know what's going on. And the government's the worst problem. They manipulate these prices and screw us farmers. And I don't care what anybody says, they do. It's horrible. Combines are $1 million now. Used ones are $500,000. Tractors are $600,000-$700,000. Planters are $500,000. I don't know how farmers do it. Really. I mean, we buy used old stuff. I wouldn't even give $1 million for a combine, even if I was a big farmer. I'd just look at that and be like, "Are you all crazy?" I mean, that's just stupid. And I see all these guys out here buying these X9s and stuff. Yeah, they're probably awesome. But the thing I'll say about that Mike Mitchell guy in Canada, now he does have 2 X9s, but they fill like 70,000 acres or something. But he buys a bunch of 680s and 690s because he figures that he can buy 3 or 4, 5 used combines with headers for what he can buy 1 X9 for. I do think him and his brother got an X9, but he doesn't like it. He's had nothing but problems with it. It keeps choking up one of the rotors. The new RD or whatever the 50-foot drapers are, he's had nothing problems with that. So yeah, I wouldn't spend $1 million on something like that at all. At all. I'd buy another. As much as I like to have a 700 series combine, we demoed. They let us use that one to finish wheat, and we were thinking about trading until they wanted $400,000 for a 6-year-old combine. So that was a big deal. We could buy a farm for $400,000. If it had been like $220, something like that, we would have done it. But it's not double what it's worth. I mean, now when you can go buy another 680 for $780 grand, I'd do that all day long. So I don't know. We're pretty much good on equipment. I would like to have a grain cart, and I would like to have a newer style of deer. I do like the deer disc with baskets in the back. I really like that. We got a 637, 34.5-foot disc. I mean, it does good, but I do like the newer deer disc if I can find one cheap enough. And we need a small tractor to take the place of the 4440. And I think we'd be pretty good, pretty set. Try to get like a 200 horsepower, 540, 1000 PTO tractor, deer, guidance, just a more modern cam. Because my brother spreads fertilizer and we bush hog with that thing. And I know when he complains, I admit he's right, because it is, once you've been in our cab, it's hard to get back in that 44. It's just uncomfortable, small, the way it's got the old style hydraulics, the finger ones. When Deere come out with the finger, that was convenient. So, it'll all happen. We'll get one eventually. I got him a new mower. They should be delivered at some time this, I think, they said the beginning of October it's supposed to be in, so. I hope. Alright, I'll give y'all a break. Alright, so I'm on the last pass of the field I've been cutting before I go start the bigger field. I think this is like 30 something, the other one's 50. Or this might be 40, I'm not sure. But anyway, last pass, we'll see what she does. She's been running pretty good high all day. Alright, let's see here. It is average, that field averaged 253 bushels. 254. So 254 bushels for the 6270 in this field, and that's what this field right here is. So let's go try it. 254, I'd say that's pretty good.